Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel, Fantasy Lorenzo.
Wait, what did you say?
Fantasy Lorenzo.
Have a good one.
You guys better subscribe and watch my friend on his YouTube channel. He is kicking ass.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another video. This time we're going to be talking about the most recent 2 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead on AMC, MM54, and I Lose People. So yeah, this is sort of my video again, making up and catching up a little bit on Fear the Walking Dead. I did do a couple videos on the show this season, but I fell behind again, but I just spent the last day pretty much catching up, watched 3-4 episodes in a row. And yeah, I definitely wanted to catch up because I've actually really enjoyed Fear the Walking Dead this season. I know a lot of people have had issues with it, with the direction it's gone, but me personally, I've enjoyed it, I've approved of it. Again, people having issues with the death of Nick and Madison. They didn't really have a choice with Nick because the actor wanted to leave, but with Madison especially, I just never really cared for Madison as a character, didn't care for Kim Dickens' performance, so I was fine with her being killed off. Morgan leading, it's been fine. And my favorite character is always Alicia, Alicia Debnam-Carey anyway, so I think as long as Alicia's still alive, I think that sort of keeps the original, point of the show intact, somewhat at least. I honestly think our sort of fresh cast of, of course, like John Dory, and different characters like that, and then Strand's still there as well, but, John Dory, June, Maggie Grace's character, Al, I think it's actually made for a more entertaining and interesting cast of characters, in my opinion, so I think the show is actually better off right now. But that's just me. And it's odd because people complained with what happened with Carl on The Walking Dead, then they complained about Madison when she died on this. But I swear, before either of them were actually killed off, people were complaining about them left and right in the comments like they didn't want them around anyway. So it seems like with whatever move either Walking Dead show makes, people always complain about what they do. So that's just the kind of fandom they have at this point. At least some of it anyway. I'm not going to say all, but... And I personally really enjoy these past couple episodes of Fear the Walking Dead, both MM54 and I Lose People. I thought it was a lot of fun, really entertaining, going through the hospital, sort of into the city with Morgan and the group, them sort of trying to think on the fly, but then they end up getting stuck there. And then also this villain, Martha. I think I don't think she's going to survive into season 5. I think she's been a good sort of mini, villain, sort of like some of the ones the original show had that last for a handful of episodes or so. She's creepy at times, but, they've kind of made her a bit off-the-wall wacky as well. We've seen her origin a little bit in MM54, and I thought that was, pretty good. Showed her probably when the outbreak was first happening, and, there was some kind of accident. Her husband is, kind of impaled and, fatally, then he eventually dies and turns. No one stops to help them because they're all trying to get out of the city as well. That immediately causes her to, sort of lose faith in all people. And, being in the apocalypse, she just goes on a tailspin and she's just completely insane now. And so she sees, people are trying to help as weak or as fake or lying or something like that. So I think she's been pretty good. But yeah, like I said, with the whole stranded at the hospital thing, I really like that. We never even got an episode quite like that on the original show, except kind of at the beginning when they were trapped in that sort of store, within the city, after Rick initially getting out of the tank and everything like that. So it feels kind of like a throwback to that, but it almost feels like on a bigger scale as well. There's a lot to go over because I'm trying to cover 2 episodes here. But you also have Aaron Stanford's Jimbo. We see his character's death, unfortunately, in I Lose People. He kind of turned into a dick. He was kind of a coward, but he made good beer, apparently. I always really liked Aaron Stanford. He was good in the Hills Have Eyes remake. I really, really liked him on a show called Nikita. In my opinion, if he played a different character, he probably could have led his own show. That's honestly, he's a talented actor. But it was still good to see him on this for the part he had. He did well, and he sort of goes out in a more selfless way. Anyway, they end up stranded on the roof and everything like that. And he's sort of he was a bit frustrating because at first he was apologizing to Morgan, but then he keeps pointing the finger at him, blaming them for getting them into this situation, which I thought was both justified and a bit harsh, of course, as well. And Morgan sort of wrestling with himself because of that guilt as well. So yeah, I just enjoyed the feel of it all, just them being stuck there, and I really thought it was enjoyable. A guy I always watch on YouTube, every Walking Dead video he does, Trebs Chan 2, he didn't really like MM54 for some reason, because I do show kind of this funny montage of, I don't know if I should say funny, but they played sort of some upbeat, sort of creepy music with Martha going around and using like the stick to push walkers into people and stuff. I don't know, it's kind of silly, like something out of Z Nation, I guess, but I didn't think it was really that bad. And I think the rest of the episode is really good. And I still really like Alicia and Charlie traveling together, and I really like Strand being stranded with John. I think those two have a pretty good dynamic now. And it was a real nice one with Alicia seeing them at the end of the episode and everything like that. The alligator, sort of being, in the flooded area too. I'm just really happy Alicia's still alive. I'm really happy with what material they've given Alicia Debnam-Carey to work with on the show. She's really become a really well fleshed out and well built up character. And like I said, as long as she's still alive, I think the show can sort of remain its own to a good extent. And I really like her and Morgan's relationship as well. I hope to see more of that. They can tell she sort of hopes and relies on him still believing and him still being alive as well. For him helping her earlier in the season, talking her down and everything. The only character I feel is a bit out of place now is Luciana. I know what happened with Nick and everything, but I don't know, it feels like she doesn't have as much of a purpose as some of the others now. Like even Al, she's going around getting the generator on. She's probably still out there somewhere. But I just feel like Luciana at this point is kind of another body. So I'm not exactly sure how long she's going to last. Although her and Alicia do have a connection because, they're one of the few left from earlier on in the show. Besides Strand, to an extent. Strand probably looks to Alicia a little bit because she reminds him of Madison and such. Then you have, I do like June as well. Then I forget her name, but the trucker lady, with the paraplegic. I think they're a fun team as well. They've shown to be at least somewhat decent people. They just need a little bit of guidance. I think both of them could be killed off at any time, though. And speaking of Luciana, I did like her finding the actual trucker, the guy who originally left those boxes. The guy who played him was actually pretty good. He gave a good performance. I was surprised. I always wanted him to survive and be like a Herschel character on the show or something. But him getting the beer that Luciana finds happened to be one of Jim's as well was a nice touch. But yeah, and Martha ends up being injured, and Alicia and Charlie take her. They know she's the voice, that Morgan warned them about on the radio, but they decide not to kill her anyway. And of course, she eventually escapes, and they're trying to get Morgan and the others off the roof. And she ends up taking Jim's body because Jim had, again, like I said, he ended up being selfless, and he jumped, landed on a car to distract the walkers to lure him away so the others could get away because he was unfortunately bitten. But she ends up riding on him and making him into one of her pets as well. Almost like a twisted version of Michonne if she had went insane. But yeah, I think they'll find a way to finally put her down in the season 4 finale. I think it should be pretty good. I think Alicia could pretty well take her if she met her head on. I kind of want to see that. But yeah, overall, there's a lot more I could say about the episode, and again, feel free to comment if you want to talk about any other aspect of it. We can definitely talk about them. Overall, I'd rate both episodes between about an 8.8 and a 9.1-ish out of 10. I just really enjoyed them. I think Fear the Walking Dead has been very good this season. Season 3 is really good as well, but I honestly debate between the two of those as to what's my favorite of the show so far. Yeah, I don't know why people aren't really getting more into this. I think it's at one of its best. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.